We're back in Mike's kitchen. Today, I'm gonna do something. I need to go down to the other side of Brisbane. I've got this bike there. I'm doing processing. You know, there's things happening. I gotta go pick it up. And to an iffier kind of on the way, but I'm gonna stop by on my way back and say good day to them, just simply because they're way cool. But also, I like feeding people. And the people in my house, I cook, and people get tired of my food because I guess it might be repetitive, but I think I cook good things, and I've got little kids in the house that don't like the food I cook, so their mom and dad tend to cater to them, but that's perfectly all right. But tomorrow, I'll take them cauliflower soup. So this is an interesting recipe. The ingredients are minimal, very minimal. So I bought extra. I'm gonna make a big pot and see where we go with it. But the ingredients really are nothing more than some good garlic, cauliflower, butter, and a couple very finely diced onions. So that is the sum total. Now I'll put a few herbs and things in it, but that's what you need to make this. And it's so easy, it's almost stupid. And you get something I think is really good out of it. So what we're gonna do is prepare to roast some cauliflower. I want to kind of burn it. I want to kind of burn it a bit. So the idea, by roasting it, it'll give it a much nuttier flavor, but it will also give it some very, very, very good color, which is what I'm after in this process. So I'm just not sure which cutting board I will use. I need a big one, but they're all very, I'll use a little one. I'm lazy, so rather than wash a cutting board, I will use what isn't quite right. So for this, I'm going to use the best parts of the cauliflower, because when it's done, what I'll do is run it with one of those blender jobby things. And make it very smooth. But a cauliflower, like a lot of plants, like broccoli and others, you get a big center stem, terribly edible, very good. I mean, I might just roast that on its own and do something else with it. But for the soup, I'm going to use the smaller sort of fingers. I'm going to use the tender bits, because I have a lot of it. This cauliflower season here, and I think cauliflower is like $3. So it's a good time to use the produce available and make really what I consider magnificent meals. This is an all-purpose sort of meal. It does a lot, meaning that it is a main course if you want it to be. It is like a sandwich and soup sort of thing if you want it to be. See this? I'll take those out and I'll keep that dense piece there, because I'll take the little polyps. There will be some denser pieces in there, but that's all right. We don't need them. We've got a lot of cauliflower. We use the good parts. So as I was saying, it's an all-purpose meal, in that it's not just, beer is not for breakfast anymore. You can have it all day long. So, I won't reprocess those. But my idea here is to get this in the oven for a while and roast it up. As I was saying before, it gives it a very nutty flavor, but it also gives it a color. And if you do it right, you don't burn it too much. You get a golden brown sort of color out of it that is very nice. Looks good. I mean, the idea of bikes and cars and food, I mean, it's got to look good, it's got to sound good, it's got to feel good. It's got to meet all the little ticks for the endorphin giving process that we're after. So food is very big that way. And if we do it right, food will actually make you very happy. It will get you high. And I like good food. So, I mean, as I was saying, that in its own right, you can do something with it. Now, I'm not going to because cauliflower is $3 a head. So that's the end result of one. I might not use all three, but I think we'll use two. Just a week or so ago, a little bit longer, I made a pot of cauliflower soup from a cauliflower my buddy Joe gave me. The thing was monstrous. It was twice the size of what it is. So again, I'll cut the little meaty ends off of it. It's got a bit of discoloration that I don't like. For some reason, that's got something. I don't know if it was something on it or, but I won't use that. I like the idea in season that you can be picky with your produce. I know it's not necessarily the best thing to do. There are people starving on the planet, and I've lived and worked in places where people can do it rough, and we understand that. But I'm not there. I'm here. These things are $3 a head, and there's piles of them. I was yesterday at the local produce shop, and I think they're from north of here. You know, I mean, these are, as far as I understand, or as far as is being advertised, these are local produce. So I can't answer completely. It's nice to think that you're getting something from the local market. And there are, see, where we live is a funny one. I'm an example of it. There are a lot of people, and they're really interesting people, and it doesn't matter what they did in the past. Doctors or lawyers or pilots or teachers, or people like me, business people that have retired. And they produce things, and they get it in their heads that they want to produce, for instance, cauliflower. Now, I don't think these came from it just simply because there was so much there. So there's semi-commercial, and then there's actually non-commercial that sometimes sell. There's a lot of good markets around here, a lot of local producers. Our neighbors do honey. We've got a never-ending, constant supply of honey from our neighbors next door, which is rather magnificent. So, that's it. That's basically all I need for my pot of soup. So I'll do oh golly, look what I found. That's funny. I've got 2 trays. Because I have 2 trays, I'm going to keep cutting. It just makes sense. They'll cook better that way. Shut up. They'll cook better that way. They'll roast better. So that one, I'll put in. And I'll go ahead and cut this third one. simply because I have the room. So, as I was saying before, this soup will freeze very well. There's nothing that, I mean, look at that. Perfect color, nice size, very usable. So, I'll go ahead and get these in. Cutting board back. And then I'll clean up my mess. And the rest is this is so easy, it's stupid.